Okay, so today we will discuss about what is Java polymorphism, and we will little bit discuss about inner class and outer class. So basically, we in previous session I was talking about right Java polymorphism. Polymorphism means many forms. Okay, and basically what you say, it is another fundamental concept in the Java that allow object to different classes. Okay, so what is polymorphism? Many forms. Okay, many forms. And you can say like it is another fundamental concept in Java that allows object to different class to be treated as object. Okay, so let's say of a common superclass. Okay, so basically it allows object of a different class to be treated as a object of common superclass. So basically, in previous session, right, we talked about inheritance, right? So you can what inheritance do? Like it it let us inherit attributes and methods from another class, right? So basically, polymorphism use those methods to perform different tasks, right? And say uh, better. So you can say like so inheritance let us inherit attribute and methods from another class. Same way, okay, polymorphism use those methods to perform different tasks and like this allow us to perform a single action in different ways. So okay, let us allow and same way like polymorphism use those methods to perform different tasks. So basically, it allows us to perform in single action in different ways. So how we do this? Uh, let's see some example. So let's say let's create a class, name it polymorphism. Okay, we are doing polymorphism, right? So okay, so let's do a real life, like not a real life, real time, just example. Suppose you can say we have a shape class, okay, and that class can have multiple shapes, right? So that shapes can be circle, that can be square, that can be anything, right? So let's create a class. And what we see, right, previously. So inheritance let us allow to inherit attribute and methods from another class, right? And polymorphism use those methods to perform different tasks. So we will create a method. Okay. So let's say create a, we will draw the shape, right? So draw, we will create a method named draw. Let's say, so what we do. So basically, next we will create uh, a different class that will extend this class, okay, and we will call those in some other class that will having the this class attribute, okay. And we all know like how we get access if it having some attribute by creating an object, but there is a difference. And why it is different? Because here you can see last line, it allows us to perform a single action in different ways, okay. So basically what it will do, like we need to to call the attributes, right? So specifically we need to create an object for each class to create those attributes, let's say. Okay, so we will say, let's create a shape class. Like shape class we have now, suppose we have a square, name as square. And let's extend the shape class and Now there is no error. Okay, it is not asking me to implement or do the, but there we have a method. Okay, draw method we have. So now what we do, we have, so let's say void draw, and we say we are drawing a square. We're drawing a shape. Okay. So suppose I have circle also. So let's say void draw, and it is just simply created like we are not extending. Okay, we need to extend the shape class. Okay. Extend the class shape. So now we separately, if you can see, we separately extend this two class. That's mean you see. So it is performing a separate, like because it having its own method, like we are extending this shape, right, in circle to override the draw method that we have, right? So now to access those things, we need to like separately create an object. So suppose this is a main class and it's having a main method. So now basically what we need to do, we need to like create an object of those two class that are extending the parent class, right? That shape. So in main class to get those attribute, like it is overriding. Actually, this method is overriding. So now, and why it is like polymorphism, like why like we use this inheritance and polymorphism, like why and when we basically like to like reuse of this code, right? So reusability, you can say. Okay. For reusability of codes, we reuse those attributes and methods of extend like existing class, the same class, right? When we create a new class, we can reuse those again and again by extending. Okay. So, so we have main class and we just create an object of extended class, right? That child class. We need to create an object of child class. So And now by using object, we can call the draw method. Okay, by object, it will like differentiate the method. Okay, so method we are overriding. Okay, we are calling the draw, but the message will come differently. So let's say draw. So always run your code if you are working with multiple classes, right? Always run your code in the from the main method. Okay, where it's like having the main method that is the executable class. Okay, you need to run from the main method or for that class. Okay. Yes. So we are basically reusing the attributes and methods. Okay, from the existing class. Next, we will discuss about like Java inner class. So everyone having questions, right? So what is inner class? So what we seen at this point, right? What class we created that you can say these are the outer class. Okay. And it can have some nested class. Okay. You can say nested class. So inner class or nested class. So inside a class, okay. So it is possible like to have in a nested class. So what it is like inner class like you can say it is defined inside another class. Okay. Eh, uh, Say basically in Java an inner class is a class defined inside another class. Okay. Simple. And you can say like nested class. Okay. Is also known as nested class. Basically like so in inner class like inner class have access to the member of the outer class. So basically in inner class, okay, so in inner class whatever we have attribute in inner class we can access those as well as we can access the outer class attribute also. Okay. So basically, we can say like inner class have access to the members of the outer class and can use the encapsulate related functionality within the outer class. Okay. And can be used to encapsulate relate functionality within the outer class. Okay. So let's say let's see some examples. Okay. So we'll clear. Okay. Create another package. And let's name it inner class. Okay. Okay. So name it as outer class. Okay. Will help you to understand. So suppose I have this outer class. Okay. And I having main method as well. So main method we can like create in different class and call those things to verify if we are accessing the object of outer class or not or inner class. You can check that. So suppose we have outer class and it having some attributes or data. And then we have nested class, which is inner class. Okay. Declare a class. We can declare class and inner class name. Okay. I will say inner class. So there we have some attributes. And there we have main class, right? Where we can call that, right? Simply we can call, right? Whatever whatever attribute have, in outer class, we can call in this main class. There we have our main method, right? So now what we need to do, we need to create an object, right? This is like simple way. So now we are creating an object of outer class. Okay. So outer class object, it is like easy to access, but we cannot access the inner class object that way. Okay. Say what we have in outer class object name, create an object name, we created a object. Now we will try to access our attributes. Then outer object name dot, there I can only having like, it is presenting me the x, only x, but it is not showing me the value of y. Okay, but I having the y somewhere. It is in the nested class. Okay. So we say x. Okay. And let's store it some in some variable. In a, now how we can get access to y? So basically we need to create an object of the inner class. Okay. So how we will do that? So basically, so if you see, right, so basically go to the rewind and think about previous session where we see the packaging and APIs, right? Packaging and APIs. So what it is like, packaging in Java use the group related to classes, right? We are grouping to conflict. So basically, if you notice, right, so the classing is happening like this, com folder again. So here it packaging like com dot EILP. So you can get idea something, right, how it will be. So basically we will do that outer class dot inner class. You need to like make a picture of it, right? Creating a, are you getting what I am saying? Hello? Anyone? Okay, let's see. So we will say outer class dot, there we have inner class inside outer class. We will call, and now we will same as like what we are doing, right? Creating an object, and after that operand and that constructor came. Okay. So here in operand, we will call from outer class. We need the operand of outer class. So what we will do, we will call outer dot new, outer class, sorry, object name, right? Outer dot, and now inner class. Okay. Constructor of inner class, right? We are creating an object. So there, that's good. So what I'm missing? It is giving me some error. Can anyone tell me? There is need to create an object basically. So say inner. And now using this inner, I can access right the Y. Okay. So now you can see it, right? How we actually create an inner object, right? Inner class object. So now if I so here, if I make this class as private, so basically it is like unlike regular classes, right? The inner class, if we make this private or protected, so basically we cannot get access whatever the attribute in the private class like from the outside other class. Okay, so basically it is we cannot get access of this attribute from the outside of this inner class. Okay, so if I like inner class, right now, why it is showing error? Okay, so that's why it is showing me error. Okay, so we cannot access this. So it will basically give me the error. So for that, what I need to will not allow me. It will not actually give me the error. Okay. This is for static. It will not allow the private. Uh, So yeah, it will actually give me the error. So it will not allow me to get access outer class. Okay, like in different class. Let's say I make it as static. Yes. Outer, new outer, and One need to be close, right? Outer class. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Can anyone static? Basically, we need to create an object. Okay, yeah, attendance, right? Static, we can get direct access. But it is to inner class. Yes. Oh, ho, ho. Okay. So, yeah, one thing need to be close. Right. Understood, everyone. So, every time you need to recheck your code again and again if there is any. Now it will not inner because this is closed. Now my inner. Okay. So that way, okay. So now, so you understood, right? Static and this is static we created, right? Class. So basically, in inner class, we can create a static class. So basically, which means like that we can access it without creating an object. Okay. So basically, yeah. What is so so we can create that without creating an object. Okay. So now, if you see right, uh, and 10, 20. Now see one thing. If I remove this tag here, it will generate an error, and now it will take this object. Okay. So if you make the inner class static, so you need to make an static. This is the way you do the object. Okay, create the object of the static class, inner class, inner static class. Okay. Okay. Now, basically, static attributes and method, we can like static inner class, we does not have that access to member of the outer class. We cannot get access basically to the outer class, what we have X, right? We cannot get access of X to the object of inner class. Okay, even if it is static. So now let's do some method. Okay, so it can have method, right? Static and attributes and method. So we can create a method also. Let's create a method. A public void my integer. Okay, my inner method. Name it. Now you can return something. So if you want some return, so make it some data. You want integer. So
ఏమంటే అలవాటు ఇయ్యండి కొంచెం.
return some integer and I want to return
ఏమండి
this x. Okay, that's x.
ఛార్జింగ్ అయిపోతుంది కదా ఇది ఎలా ఒకసారి అదే ఇవ్వ.
So basically, why it is not giving me access? Because the inner class is static.
బాబు
Okay, okay, it is static. Will not giving me the access of the outer class object. Right. So now we created a method, right? So we can simply call this method. So we can simply create a method and we can call the outer because this is like inside a class, right? We can access those attributes. Okay, but in different class, if you want, we need to create an object, and there we cannot if it is static, right? We cannot have the access of the outer class object, and even if it is have the default class, we cannot have the access of this. So there's some complication. Okay. So now we can simply invoke those my inner method, right? And it will return me the same value as previous that we have given here. Okay. Let's say now if you see we have my inner method. So it is printing, right?
ఏమండి ఏమండి ఫోన్లో ఫోన్లో ఆఫర్లు ఏమన్నా చూడండి ఆన్లైన్లో చూసుకున్నాం ఇప్పుడే దివాళీకి మళ్ళీ ఆఫర్లు పెట్టడం ఇంకా
So how we create and get access those
ఇది
like there can be
16
multiple inner method. Okay, inside a inner class there can be multiple method. Okay. Anything. Right?
యా అండి ఫోన్ షాప్ లో ఎక్కుంటండి ఇక్కడ ఫోన్ షాప్ లో ఆఫర్ ఇస్తాడా ఫోన్ షాప్ లో కూడా ఆఫర్ ఇస్తాడా
So inner class, outer class, everyone understood, right? Anyone having any doubts? Okay. So that's it for today's session. If you guys having any doubts, you can go for it. Yeah.